My name is James Adebayo. I'm a visual artist, live and work in Kwara State, Nigeria. Okay, I could remember vividly that when I was small, I could not see clearly with my left eyes, and I thought that was how everybody sees. So because I could not write with my left hand, I could not play football with my left leg. So I just felt like everything in the left part of the body that doesn't really work right, like the right part of the body. Then until I could not see with it any longer, but I didn't know there was this white spot in my eyes that was getting bigger and bigger. So we went to the hospital and they found out that it was cataract. So I did an eye surgery. Then the aftermath of the surgery, because there was some little complications, gave me another eye condition, which is called bilocellular diplopia, which means I see one object as though there are two. So this kind of challenged me to kind of paint a little bit more details in my work, because I've always been interested in art even at that young age. I always want to be the best. Then I didn't even know that there's a career called artist. I just want to be the best person that can draw the most in the class and all. So as I grew up, my interest for art grew, and then I found out that so people actually make a living from this, and they actually talk about matters, subject that matters in the society, and people pay attention to it. So that was what actually made me to be so much interested in the craft and studying even old artists like Vincent. I get to realize that even before the invention of cameras, these people have been painting like this, and people like James Adebayo, they've been painting that much details even before the invention of camera. So I kind of challenge myself to do more details in my work, to invite the audience into my space. They will kind of see the environment, and they were able to relate with my character and the story I'm trying to tell. The colors I use reflect more on the butterfly color pattern, because I'm someone that actually believe in change. So I believe that anyone can change and any situation can change. I employ that in my work using the butterfly and the caterpillar change. I see every situation I'm trying to talk about in my work, even though it looks so impossible, it can change. So that's the reason why I use that same butterfly skin to show that every of my character that I paint in that skin pattern has gone through a lot of change, has gone through a lot of process. The way the caterpillar eats a lot to grow into a butterfly, they have to also take a lot of information and knowledge in order to grow to what they have. At the very lowest part of my life, that was around last year. So I was very down that even my family are very scared of leaving me alone, thinking that maybe I'm going to commit suicide. So like I saw these butterfly colors. So it was the color of the exact butterfly that I saw, which is the blue, the pink, and a little bit of light blue. It was that pattern that I saw that I paint. So that's why you see that all the subject, they have the same color of pattern. When I was so fascinated about butterfly, I was doing more research. So I came to know that there is a butterfly called the glass wing butterfly. So it camouflages itself so that its predator will not see it. So it kind of blends with the environment. So I see everybody is my subject trying to blend with the social norm of not being able to dream as big as they want to be, because they prefer to satisfy the society more than satisfying their dreams. So I've always had that intention when I'm creating a work, that I'm not just creating this work for creating sake. I'm creating it for a subject to sprout conversations. I'm always fascinated by vintage stuff like vintage cars, vintage TVs, vintage phones, and you kind of see that in some of my works that I use all this vintage stuff in my work. So I was trying to study how people and how transportation was done during before this present technology, and I saw that okay, there is this thing called the hot air balloon, and the way it works is when you increase the fire, it goes higher. When you reduce the fire, it comes down. I tend to see every of these my subjects like their dreams like an hot air balloon. They want to increase their fire to the highest volume so that it will actually go high. But the society has kind of placed a kind of norm that okay, for as a lady, you are not supposed to go higher than this level. So another thing that actually inspired me to do this particular series is because I grew up around females. I have only female siblings. So I don't really want a society that will tell my sisters not to dream big just because they are female. I'm more inspired by KJ Marshall because of his sense of excellence. I see him as someone that has reached almost every height an artist can reach, and yet he still puts so much excellence in his work. So I've always wanted my work to say something and even sprout questions. And when people are saying it, they should know that okay, there are so many like this. Some things are very intentional in this work. That's why I make sure every brush strokes are very intentional with my colors and everything. There is nothing that is actually kind of accidental in my work that okay, I just put it for the sake of it. One of the piece in the series about the secondary school girl. So the reason why I actually made her skirt short is for the reason and this recent case of sex for grade. Even girls that actually goes to school, they are still facing some challenges by their lecturer because they have to offer their body for their certificate, and that has been like it's very sickening, and the society is actually not doing really anything about it. The school will just sack the lecturer, but what is the school putting in place so that such a thing will not happen again? That's why I did the work that even if you rotate it, it's still giving you the same image. That has always been like a therapy session for me. Like I just feel relaxed, I feel more myself when I'm painting. I see that I'm someone that wants to talk about stuff, but I'm not really that expressive. But I'm more expressive with my heart. I can actually say a load of things just by one piece. That's like the easiest way for me to do it. We have some people that their easiest way of doing it is going to the studio and recording music. Some people writing. So mine is has always been painting.